gonna shout it loud. From the healthcare to taxes, they can't hide from us. With a wink and a nod, we expose all the fuss. Educating the masses with a smirk on our face, bringing clarity to the headlines in this crazy race. From the White House to your house, we cover it all, putting humor in the facts, we're having a ball. Oh no, America, let's get real and laugh, teaching you the politics with a little bit of sass. Current events and headlines that blow your mind, only on Oh No America you'll find.
Hello, everybody. Let me get my microphone in front of my face. Okay, today's going to be a weird day, guys, because I'm looking straight at you from this camera, but my screen here is not working. And you guys are over here on my teeny tiny MacBook screen. And so when I go to share stuff today, it's going to be fun, but welcome! Welcome back to Oh No America. Guys, we have a few things to talk about right now that are wild. And of course, I have no idea what happened since this morning. I was driving around. I had a few appointments all over the place, literally like everywhere I could possibly go around the greater Portland area. Yeah, so there you go. So if you see me looking over here, I'm actually looking right at you. Please don't be offended. Let me pull up. Let's see here. How am I going to do this? I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to share this screen and then be like, okay, it's shared. Because what's happening right now, guys, is I have two USB drives plugged in to my computer. And on the MacBook Pros, there's only so many slots that you have, right? So, and I have a whole other USB hub where my internet comes through and a bunch of other things, my sound and all this other stuff. However, there's not another slot even on that to plug in my screen. And I couldn't, so this is what happens when you have too much data on your computer and not enough time to move all of that data all over the place. So you guys will probably hear different things, ding-a-linging, and there that goes again, and all of that kind of good stuff. I'm going to try and bring up all of the things. I honestly don't know how I'm going to do this, but we'll see. We'll see. So a lot of things have happened this morning. I'm just trying to find, I already had, yeah. Let's go over this first, which is why we're here. So let me go to this little control panel here, and we're going to share my screen. What do you guys see? Okay, you see that. Perfect. I'm just going to, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. All right. So what I want to, I don't need to see I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but whatever. All right. So the House Democrats went to the Department of Education, and here's what happened. Oh, I got to put up, guys, I can't see any of my controls. This is amazing. It's amazing. Where did the other one go that I need? I need my overlays. Where are you? Here it is. Oh, this is like the best day ever. Can you guys see that? Is it there? Yes, my copyright disclaimers. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's see what happened when the Democrats try to go to the Department of Education.
Don't lock the door. We're coming in. Who are you?
Look at Maxine Waters. We're coming in.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you, sir?
Do you have business here?
He will not answer who he is.
I've sent the assistant secretary a letter alerting her that we would be here today, and we've asked her for a meeting.
But it's not happening. Why can't they get a meeting? Why can't members of Congress? Here's where we're at in America, guys. Members of Congress have now been blocked by this guy who's not armed. Apparently, he's just in a a cashmere sweater and had a recently very shaved head. Just standing here saying you can't go in. There is another gentleman, you guys can see him right here inside, who is looking very scared, very confused. But this white guy that we're going to see here in a second is standing outside. And there's like a security officer inside ready to block their access.
Get out of the way.
He has a security responsibility.
We pay for your job. We pay you.
We're members of
We pay
Congress.
you.
Oh, Maxine Waters is not, Mama Maxine is not having it today.
Nobody has accepted a meeting.
No one is accepting a meeting.
You are.
We haven't heard that from the secretary. We haven't heard that from the spokesman.
I'm relaying that.
He's relaying that. He's in charge. This is like that scene with Tom Hanks and the Somali pirate. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
You are not the spokesman for the department. You are a security guard.
Can you identify?
We are members of
Where's your bag? Where's your bag?
You
Where's
don't
your
have
ID?
any identification.
Look at, and the media's here going like, what the fuck? Now let's see if he puts his badge up.
ID. Where's your ID?
We are not.
It's not good enough.
We are not a threat to security. We're members of Congress, and we want to ask the question.
We walk into the White House without having to go through magnetometers.
Can we get someone?
This is an outrage. This is an outrage.
I'd like to speak with someone who works here.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna beat us up if we go in?
I mean, you're going to,
We want you to move out of the way.
He's like, what are you going to do? You're going to go through me? And she's like, we want you to move out of the way. Here's my question. At this moment, these are members of Congress, okay? These are elected officials. This guy is probably like not even an actual security guard. Where are the Capitol Police? Where are the actual authorities to remove that imposter from this government building and get him the fuck out of there? Where are they?
We're not steamrolling you. We're
Get out of the way.
This says all access
sure
entrance.
that we can't.
Stand aside, sir.
We're
This
members
says
of
all
Congress.
access entrance.
Please stand aside, sir.
I'm not standing aside.
Why not?
Because my role is to make sure that.
What authority do you have to block?
So yeah, one person's pointing out this is the all access entrance. And then the other guy says, stand aside. And he's like, why not? It's like, my role is to make sure no one comes inside.
Members of Congress from the oversight. We don't have oversight responsibilities. By what authority can you deny members of Congress their oversight role?
If you don't have a business reason to be here, meaning
You do not have authority, sir.
If you don't have a business reason to be here, meaning an accepted meeting, you can't come in.
You do not have authority. There is no authority for you to deny members of Congress their oversight responsibility.
We're the
if you have an
appropriate.
appointment and you're on a guest list, we will let you in.
Like he's a fucking bouncer at a club and shit.
Is what you're saying.
Or you have to have an escort.
Let me ask you.
Or you have to have an escort.
Can I ask my question? Are you
Send them
telling
down.
me today that you have to be on a guest list in order to come to the Department of Education?
Either we are informed in advance if somebody's coming, or
Oh, they
You
know
were
we were
informed.
coming.
You were informed of this. Not
or there's
informed
an
members of
escort to
Congress.
take you where you're going.
Sir, not informed members of Congress.
Who would be escorting them? They're members of Congress. Most of them have top secret clearance. Who the fuck is this guy in his little cashmere polo with his, why is his head shaved like that? And then his glasses are on top of his head to make him look less like a skinhead. They were like, even with your cashmere polo, it's still giving off the, Nazi vibes here. We got to give you some cheaters to put on the top of your head so you look less, gang affiliated. Oh no.
Please stand aside, sir.
I'm not standing aside.
Why not?
Because my role is to make sure that.
What authority do you have to block members of Congress from the oversight? We don't have oversight responsibilities. By what authority can you deny members of Congress their oversight role?
If you don't have a business reason to be here, meaning
You do not have authority,
accepted
sir.
meaning-
You do not have authority. There is no authority for you to deny members of Congress their oversight responsibility.
These guys are
If
pissed.
you have an appointment and you're on a guest list, we will let you in.
Can I ask you a question? You have to be on a guest list. Is what you're saying? Is what you're saying?
Or
that
you have to have an escort.
Let
Somebody
me
come
ask you a
down and
question.
escort.
Can I ask you today that you have to be on a guest list in order to come to the Department of Education.
Either we are informed in advance if somebody's coming, or
Oh, they knew we were coming.
You were informed in advance. Not even.
Listen, the thing I want to point out right now is like the Gen Z congressional members are the only ones who are actually asking questions, trying to get them answered. And all of the elder members of Congress are outraged that they are just not let in. Like, but the Gen Z guys are asking good questions here.
94 members of Congress,
take you where you're going.
sir, 94 members of Congress signed a letter asking the acting secretary for a meeting and to answer a simple question. And she is apparently.
I'm not aware of the meeting.
So you have to be on a guest list to enter the Department of Education.
Members of
just
Congress,
explained
we
you
don't
have
have to
to
be on the
either
guest
be-
list.
On a list in advance to have access, or if you're coming, then you have to let us know who your escort is. I don't know.
Who are the escorts for the government buildings? Would those be specifically people from Doge? Who is supposed to be the escorts? He never answers that.
Did something change between
That's always been the
No, it hasn't. I've walked into this building multiple times last year. I walked in. We were at least allowed to walk into that lobby, not stopped outside like this.
It's no difference. I mean, you'd be stopped at the visitors desk.
We're
Okay,
trying
let's
to
go.
stop the
I'm
fire.
doing that in advance.
No.
See, they won't even let them in the building to check in at the reception desk. He's doing that in advance.
We're allowed to go to the
We've
visitor's
got 100
desk.
people out here.
We're trying to
These
save
are members of Congress. These are
You
members
won't
of
have a
Congress.
job. We're trying to save your job. You won't have a job if we don't help you. You won't have.
Notice this guy has no security badge. He has no identification. He's got no nothing. Who is he?
Coast to coast that deserve a quality public education. And this department should stay open, and we want to share that
The
message.
leadership department's working to do that.
We're not so sure. That's why we're here.
That's what we want to talk to her about.
Last year, we'd be able to walk in and go to that desk.
I mean, the response I got right here, that doesn't sound like, sir, it's not dangerous.
So now he's saying that these elderly, quasi-infirm members of Congress are threatening to him, and he's now feels it's a danger to allow them into the building.
I'm
Okay.
going to stop you right there. No. I'm going to stop you right there and put it on the record. You did not get a dangerous response
She's
here.
telling me to get out of the way?
You did not get a dangerous response here, so I'm not going to let you put that
Excuse me,
narrative
don't
out
worry,
there.
he can lie all
I'm
he
not going to
wants
let
to.
you
I'm
put
not
that
scared he
narrative out
wasn't
there. I'm going to
moving.
tell you to
I'm
your
not
face
afraid
that
of
that's
him.
a
He can lie all
We
he
are
wants
members
to.
of Congress, as she said. What I asked you is, do we need to be on a guest list to be in?
Or somebody coming down to escort
but
you.
there
I don't
was
have
no
to either.
danger or
So somebody from inside the building has to come down and escort any person into the building.
threat to you.
Go
So
get
let's just
somebody.
make
Go
sure
get
that
somebody.
We are allowed to go to that desk
there
right
was
there.
no danger to you.
We are allowed to go to that desk right there.
Go get
Like
somebody
I've done
to
multiple
escort us.
times in the past years.
Go get
We're allowed to
somebody.
He doesn't even have a radio.
You know this.
He doesn't even have a radio.
Yeah, that's who we came.
How is
for.
he supposed to know when he can let somebody in or not?
So what?
I said there's not an accepted meeting.
Why are you not letting us in?
How does he know there's no accepted meeting if he doesn't have a radio? He doesn't have anything in writing to show them that there's no accepted meeting. He's just been placed outside these doors and just been told to repeat this over and over and over.
Why can't we go in and
Why
ask
are you
for
doing it in
one?
advance? That's not a thing. I have not seen that.
Why can't we go in and ask for one? Can you send somebody from the Department of Education here, not just a security guard?
I've explained why you're not coming.
Well, are you prepared to stand here for 24 hours with us? Are you prepared to stand here all night if we decide to stay?
I guess, yes.
All right, well, you just stay right there.
Maxine Waters is ready to stay there all night, y'all.
You just stay and
Why
stand.
aren't you letting us go to that desk like we were able to do last year?
he's not a U.S. employee.
This is a public institution.
So then call the police and have this man forcibly removed.
Of members of Congress and what our responsibilities are. We trying to save.
He's a federal employee working for the education department. Okay. You still don't have the authority to block the entrance. That doesn't give you the authority to block an entrance to a federal building.
Your job.
He's not a federal employee. Just like I'm telling you. Can I see it?
He's showing his badge.
How do we know who you are?
I don't know. We can't see it. I'm a federal employee.
We're allowed to go to that visitor's desk. Like we have
Yeah,
been
he doesn't
allowed
have a
to do in
badge.
past years. We are allowed to
Call the police.
Department of Homeland Security.
They should come out.
Absurd.
They should come out.
Yeah, let them come out.
Why is nobody knocking on the door?
We're allowed to go to that visitor's desk.
We have one of those too, just like
At
you.
a minimum.
Why can't we get it?
He does not have one of
Yeah.
We have one of those.
He ain't got one of those.
We're
See,
members of
this
Congress.
lady's like, he ain't got one.
We've always been allowed
Members
it.
of Congress. We want to have a meeting.
Were you told to deny members of Congress entrance into this building, sir? That's a good question.
Were you told to
Why did
deny
you call
members
the
of Congress
Department of
into this
Homeland
building?
Security? This is absurd.
That's a great question. I wish that people would let him answer that one.
Were you told to stand here?
Yeah, were you told to deny members of Congress from entering this building?
There's no business purpose to be here, so that's
There's no business so this is the script. There's no business purpose to be here. So I'm going to keep standing here.
There's no business purpose.
We are members of
You
Congress.
say that with a
Many of
straight
us are on
face.
the Education Committee. How could you say there's no
Are you making a
business?
decision for the Department of Education on your own behalf? Were you told to come out here and block members of Congress?
They know that we are here.
That's a great question that was just asked. Are you making the decision for yourself to not let members of Congress in, or are you doing that on the behalf of the Department of Education? Let's see if he ever answers that.
Max, ask the question again. That's important.
Were you told? Are you making this decision?
Did you know that Amazon has a $50 million
No, I don't
fund
want
that
an
they have to
ad.
pay out
Sorry, guys, I'm not on my premium account. I can't afford premium on all 3 channels, and I should have pulled this up on the other tab. I apologize. Yes, I would like to skip this ad.
On behalf of the Department of Education, or were you told to come out here and block members of Congress and ride the desk?
doing my job.
So
I'm doing my job. Where have we heard those words before from people dressed in brown shirts with shaved heads? I was just following orders. I'm doing my job, guys. Guys, I can't write this dystopian script fast enough.
Show them your ID. Were you told to stand here, or did you decide to stand here and block members of Congress from entering the Department of Education?
To federal buildings.
He's a security control.
We're allowed in there.
So a private security.
So look right over here, over this congressman's shoulder. There is video being taken of the Congress people from inside the building right now to produce counter propaganda against the members of Congress who are peaceably assembled trying to gain entrance to a federal building which they have access to as members of Congress. There has never been a rule. There is nothing in the Constitution. There is nothing anywhere that says that a member of Congress does not have free access to a federal building to go and try to conduct business and do their oversight job on any department of the United States government. Yet they're filming actively right there to create counter propaganda against these members of Congress who have shown up to try and talk to the Secretary of Education to see what we can do to not have no education in this country.
Security contractor.
Do you know who members of Congress are?
Members of
We're all
Congress.
members of Congress.
Maybe he doesn't understand. Do you
A private
understand who
security
members of Congress are?
contractor is making the decision to block members of Congress from a public access entrance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he knows.
You have the authority as a private security contractor
No,
to
he
block
doesn't.
members of Congress. That has been knighted and granted to you.
You have to at least let us go to the desk.
Yeah. Sending the goons out.
Just make it
Oh
worse.
my, look at that. Who told you to do this?
Call the police.
So do you understand who members of Congress are? And you don't care. Who are we then? You don't care. We have a job.
This guy sounds like a Scientologist to me, but he's just as brainwashed.
There are no thieves and thugs out here. We're members of Congress. We're parents. We're teachers.
Yeah.
Each of us.
There's our ID, right there.
We were elected to do this.
This is our job.
This is our job.
This is literally their job as members of Congress to conduct oversight in person or however they choose to do it.
Against who?
Members of Congress.
Who is the Congress? Who are you
The people.
protecting?
Against members of the people's
So
house
this
who
is the
represent the
beginning of
people.
full transparency of this administration.
That's right.
The administration that talked about they're going to open the doors to all of these things and show the American public what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
They won't even open the door to this building, to
Go to the
members of
visitor
Congress.
center.
We are not posing any threat here. No, we are not dangerous people. We have not done anything. We're trying to request a meeting, and they have a private security contractor who on his own is making decisions on behalf of the Department of Education.
Yeah, this is, guys, welcome to Trump's America. All of the Proud Boys that he told to stand back and stand by. I want to know that guy's association. I want to know what contract, I want to know what security firm he's with and his own personal association or not to the Proud Boys and all of the other noted militias throughout America and how he got that job. Because this could happen in any state, guys, not just to members of Congress. Can you imagine trying to go to your kid's superintendent's office and there's just some weird bajumba out there with no markings, no designation, not even security on him, nothing. And he's just like, nope. You don't have business here today. There's no meeting on the books with you. So you don't get to enter and you don't have an escort. What in the actual fucking Handmaid's Tale bullshit is this? What?
So Congressman Hayes, what you're saying is they allow billionaires and his minions to come in
I don't
to
know
this
who
building.
he is. I don't know who he is, but I know who I am. And I'm a member of Congress with oversight responsibilities trying to request a meeting, and a private security contractor is not allowing me to enter the building.
They allow billionaires
Okay,
to go
so she's made her statement. She's going to go.
Representatives. They allow billionaires and their cronies to go in, but not. There's a lack of transparency here. The members of Congress, the people's representatives are not allowed.
Now,
in.
Fox News and One America News and everybody else has already spun this in a completely different way, saying, look at unhinged Democrats trying to storm the doors.
Kids deserve to have us go in and fight for them. Children of this country deserve that.
Maxine Waters is going to stay.
This is not Russia. Let the camera see him. Let the camera see him. This man here.
See, look at, guys, look. He literally has no name tag, no nothing. No nothing. Now, did he shave all these things to get rid of his DNA? Like we don't want to know who he is? Or what's the deal? Because this is frightening.
We are members of Congress.
Come in.
They're
and
blocking
I want you
us.
to see this man here, who is a federal employee. He told us.
Claims.
Are you a federal employee? Huh?
Yes.
No, he said he's.
He keeps saying he's a federal employee. Of which department? Which department is he an employee of? What is his position? Like, is he the janitor? Is he in security for this building? What is his position? And then here's the actual, look, right behind Maxine Waters, guys. There's the actual security guard who's doing nothing. Why isn't that security guard standing in this man's place? Who is this man? Internets, do your thing. Do your thing. Find out who this man is. But why is the security guard standing here with his hands folded, allowing this man to block free access to the all access entrance?
He's a federal employee. We pay him.
There's another guy.
We raise money to make sure that we have a Department of
Who's this guy?
Education. Everybody that's hired at the Department of Education are here because we pay for them to be.
So Maxine, who is he? If you know all the people that are there, who the fuck is he?
He's standing here today, blocking the door.
Here's a guy with a badge on who just came down to see the hubbub.
And he can't give us a good reason why he's blocking.
Here's another police officer. Is that police? What does that say? Hang on. Okay, so that's a Department of Homeland Security person who's behind the door, who's not opening the door and talking to the members of Congress. So you have a Department of Homeland Security, some guy with a badge and a security guard who are on the other side of these doors while this one man is actively preventing them from entering. What in the actual fuck?
So make sure they see right here, all access entrance.
Well, and I think it should be clear to parents in the United States, if you want to advocate on behalf of your children, you are not allowed.
Look, see, there's multiple. There's cops over there. What the fuck?
To come into this building where you pay taxes. Parents who have children who are disabled. Access is being.
There he is, three DHS guys just standing here. What are they waiting to do? Were they hoping that members of Congress were going to try and push through the door so they could arrest them for assault? Why are there three Department of Homeland Security officers standing there doing nothing other than waiting for this entrapment fucking trap to work? This is entrapment. I guarantee you right now, this guy right here, Mr. Brown Shirt, is a DHS officer who's undercover right now.
Children with disabilities, for young women who have been victims of sexual assault in our classrooms, on our school grounds. Members of OCR are fighting for your children. We are not allowed in the building to talk to them. We are not allowed to advocate on behalf of America's children.
But look at 1, 2, 3. Now we've got 4 of them in there because why? There's a black lady who's raising her voice. I'm telling you right now, if this guy moved to the side and was like, take her, they would 100%.
America, we have a problem.
Now everybody stand back and let the camera see. They're calling all of these gun-loading people out on us. They're calling them
They're literally.
out on us. Look back.
Yeah, now Maxine's finally seen all the motherfucking DHS guys. They literally called in DHS from the inside to try and handle this.
Behind this door. Who do you see back there?
The doors will open.
Oh,
Do they have
now they're
guns
gonna leave.
Do they have guns? Are they prepared to shoot us?
Yeah, they are,
We
Maxine.
want in. No one says on the door.
All access entrance.
Mm-hmm.
It says all in.
Government building.
This is Trump's America.
best way to
Son of a biscuit. Sorry, guys. This is beyond scary, you guys. This is beyond dystopian bullshit. I disagree. I don't want to hear any fucking ads.
I'm a member of Congress. I'm chair of the Progressive Caucus. I'm vice-ranking member of the Education Committee. And the baseline responsibility of the Congress is to oversee our federal agencies. Each and every one of us have been in this building and through these doors. But of course, as soon as we get word that Elon
Who's this guy? Who's this guy?
Musk and Donald Trump want to shut down the Department of Education, suddenly they don't want to let members of Congress in that ask questions.
Notice no Republicans have shown up to try and come in. Do you think they would let a Republican member of Congress? Because there are Republican members of Congress on this committee that he's the vice chair of. Would those members of Congress be let in? Do they have a standing meeting for the Republican members of Congress? Like, how does this work? How does a Democrat get a meeting?
Musk and the Republicans, they say they're supposedly about saving us money, bringing transparency, seeing where the dollars really go. No, they're the ones that lock the doors and make sure that your elected representatives can't even ask questions.
We can't ask questions. Can't you know that they're responsible for all of the student loans in this country?
I hear that they want to cut those student loans give them as tax cuts to their billionaire friends.
And are they aware of Title I, where mothers are getting up, going to work for minimum wages, and they cannot afford the education that the billionaires have for their children, and we try to help them by giving money to this kind of person here, and the people who work here, included all of the people in this
I love how Maxine is like in his space, but not touching him.
Need some help, both in urban areas and rural areas, and mothers who can't even afford the child care that they need.
If I were them, I'd be knocking on the door trying to get one of those DHS mofos out here and be like, what is going on?
Title I, and this man is blocking the door. He says he's
You can knock on the door. That's not trespassing.
He won't tell us who gave him permission to do this. All he knows is he's going to stand here and tell the members of Congress who are elected, who vote for the funding for all of them in this building, and for the student loans, and for the Title I families, he's going to tell us that we can't come in and talk with anybody.
Listen, this is insanity, guys.
Remind you of the other people who have blocked the schoolhouse doors before?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Boy, this is a flashback.
This is a flashback. What she's talking about, how when schools were desegregated throughout the South and even in some schools in California, parents and other people who were not, who were part of these little militias went and chained the doors closed and would not let black children into the schools. And now we have a singular skinhead white man in a brown cashmere button-up polo standing outside, giving no information, just saying you need an escort and you don't have any business here, to members of Congress who always have business in any federal building.
This is a civil rights violation. They're prepared to lock the schoolhouse doors of 49 million children in America.
Oh, sure.
Who go to public schools. And even more students who receive scholarships and loans and grants for higher education.
And now the police are behind this door.
Our police come to the scene. And I know he was told to come out here and do this.
Yes,
He was told to come out here and block members of Congress from entering an all-access entrance to the Department of Education as we fight in defense of public education and students.
Public education will be gone before the end of this year, guys. That's my prediction.
In history, the man who blocked the doors of the Department of... Hold your face up so they can see you. Department of Education, get a good copy of him. Let him get recorded in history for what he's doing today.
He should be recorded in history as the first brown shirt of the Trump administration.
He was standing in the way of all children being educated. Look them in the eye. Come on, hold your face up. Look at him. Let him see you. This is him. Look at it. What's your name? Tell us your name. Give me that ID again.
This is the part that the Republicans are replaying. They didn't replay any of the earlier part.
Could you let me see the ID again? Huh? No? Will someone else ask him for the ID? Will you ask him for it? He won't let me see it again. You didn't see it.
I haven't seen it.
They didn't see it.
Because there is a question as to whether or not you're a private security
He's private security. He's not a federal employee.
Or an employee of the Department of Education.
Why is he fixing the glasses? Why is he fixing the cheaters on his head that he's not using?
Did you get that picture?
Is his forehead needing eye care?
When they closed down the Department of Education, have you been promised another job in lieu
So you're
of...
letting us in? I'm going in.
He's going to go in.
We'll go in with you.
So now he's going to, and then he's got this weird Band-Aid on his neck, guy. This is the first time you guys seen this. So I wasn't sure, because his head is freshly shaved. I wasn't sure if he had like nicked himself real bad in the shaving of his head, or if he's covering some sort of, marking that may not be appropriate for a government employee. Let's just put it that way. That's, I don't know.
We're not dangerous. I'm not. I got bad arthritis.
Oh,
I'm
good.
not
He's
gonna hurt
getting the signal now. Did you hear that? He got the signal.
Oh, he wants you to do something.
I
so he
can't.
can
I can't, Maxine. I'm not capable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All I got is my mouth,
Yeah.
my questions,
Yeah.
my agency as Article 1 of the
Excuse
Constitution.
me,
That's
let
all
them
I
see.
got.
He's blocking his ears.
That's all I got.
He's blocking his ears.
What was
all
the
I
signal
got.
he
That's
got?
all I-
He got told he has to stay out there. He didn't want to stay out there anymore. He doesn't like old people and he doesn't like people of color and he's tired of listening to their voices.
I'm not a prize fighter except for children. I'm speaking on behalf of my 3 children, my 3 grandchildren, my 3 great-grandchildren, and for the ones that are coming. I got 3 great-granddaughters. I'm guaranteed to have a legacy of more children who are going to need an education. And I am here standing in the gap for them. I got a 2-year-old great-granddaughter.
Look at this guy. He's not listening to anything. He will not listen.
Where they have locked the doors. I've been in this building so many times.
She tries to go in the other door. Good for her. That'd have been hilarious if that one was open.
His name is Jim Hatfield.
Jim Hatfield. Okay, good. Maxine, good job.
Put that in your column. Jim Hatfield. Is that your name? Is that
Oh, he confirms it. Jim Hatfield. Let's find out about that guy.
your name? Oh, he said that's his name. So put that when you show his picture, identify it. That's his name.
Who the fuck is Jim Hatfield? This is just a little bit. And this was the other angle, right? Where I was studying the Band-Aid on his neck.
Are you prepared to stand here
right?
all night if we decide?
Like it just seems so crazy. I'm going to refresh the truth here. Blah, 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 blah. He held a press conference with the Prime Minister of Japan today. Took this, photo. More stuff. More diversion about USAID. USAID is driving the radical left crazy. And there's nothing they can do about it because the way in which the money has been spent, so much of it is fraudulent. So much of it fraudulently is totally unexplainable. The corruption is at levels rarely seen before. Close it down. Like, he's just, he's just announcing people. Oh, what is he announcing about? Oh, that's Nicholas Merrick. I thought it was Merrick Garland. The NCAA has officially changed the policy of allowing men and women's sports. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is something that the White House tweeted out that Trump is truthing. After years of decline, Americans are reasserting our true identity as people ordained by God to be the freest and most exceptional nation to ever exist on the face of the earth. Y'all, I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even know. I have to get back to not sharing. Please hold. This thing won't go away. I don't need. No, I don't want to finish it. Where's my... All my controls are gone, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm back. Holy cannolis, guys. Holy actual cannolis. Is my other thing still going? Is this... Where did it go? No, I don't want that one. There's another article that I was going to talk about today. Can I close you now? Oh, I can. Wonderful. Is this done? Can I eject that? Oh, guys, I'm going to get my screen back here. Hang on. I have so much information on my computer that I was trying to, like, see, guys, I have this drive, and then this is this. Oh, I just threw it. This little teeny guy, this is 2 terabits. This is half a terabit. And I'm trying to move stuff from here to here to give to the authorities. And I had to reformat it. It's a whole thing, but you guys don't care about that. Not what's important. What's important, oh, hallelujah, is that I can get my screen back now. Please work. Did I turn you off earlier? There you are. Oh my God. I have the screen again. Holy cow, there. Now I don't have to crick my neck the whole time. Let me just pull over my controls here real quick, guys, in my chitty chat. My chat. Oh my goodness, guys. This is insane. This is absolutely fucking bonkers. Now, to top all of that off, and I'm going to find the article that I had put, nope, that's not it. I have so many things that were actually, I swear to God, organized earlier. Okay. That, you know, like, I cannot even tell you guys the amount of flabbergasting that I feel from what has just happened. Yeah. But there's also additional data. Is it here? No. That one. There we go. Now I found it. Okay. I found the article I was looking for. Jim Harfield is identified as Deputy Assistant Secretary for the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Security, Facilities, and Logistics Services. Thank you, Donna. So he's the dude. He's the dude that yeah. You know, it's unbelievable to me that this is somehow acceptable. Yeah, I'm gonna angle myself back down. There we go. Holy shit balls, man. This is the world we're in right now, guys, that this man, he's the Deputy Assistant Secretary for the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Security, Facility, and Logistics Services. So he can just stand outside the building and tell people you don't have business here. And you don't have an escort into this building. And then back himself up with, he has no weapons, he's got nothing, right? Because he didn't need it. He had an entire armed DHS department right behind him. I'm a federal employee. Okay, so in addition, we have Elon's Doge team. Okay, let's meet Elon's Doge team that's going into these departments and taking all of this information. Okay, let's check these bajumbas out. Okay, because this is just as ridiculous. Okay. This is the team right here. Meet Elon Musk's baby-faced assassins leading Doge takeover. They're aged 19 to 25 with no government experience and have been asking state employees to justify their jobs. Here they are. His little Fab Five. Okay. Edward Korstein, look at this guy. He can't even tuck the collar of his little fakey fake suit in here. Okay. When officials from their Small Business Administration took the unscheduled call, they were greeted by someone identifying themselves as a member of Elon Musk's new cost-cutting department. The person on the other end of the line was a nervous 19-year-old high school graduate fresh off of summer internship at Musk's Silicon Valley company, Neuralink. His name, Edward Korstein. Also this same guy who owns Sexy Tessa.Sexy LLC. Same kid. He's actually opened like 5 different businesses. A 19-year-old, but totally normal. Totally normal. Okay. Korstein, who had signed on to the telemeeting using non-government email address, gave the bureaucrats swift marching orders telling them that he needed access to the federal government's department contracts and payment systems before reportedly making them justify their jobs at the $1 billion budget administration. Okay. Korstein is one of a team of teenage and 20-something software engineers apparently conscripted by Musk in his largely unchecked war against bureaucracy. President Trump appointed the tech billionaire to head up the new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, to help identify and cut federal programs costing the country billions. Okay. In the 2 weeks since Trump took office, Musk has effectively created an alternative power structure inside the government, gaining access to its finance system as well as the sensitive private data of millions of citizens. That is your social. That is your banking records. That is your credit score. That is every home you've ever lived in. That is all the schools you attended and all of your grades. This is every piece of information that is stored in the government's servers about every U.S. citizen Elon Musk now has control over. Please don't get it twisted. Okay? Doge's decision, it was Doge's decision, not the president's, to shut down USA Aid, which distributes billions of dollars in foreign assistance, has reverberated around the globe. The oldest in the group, dubbed the baby-faced assassins, first identified by Wired magazine over the weekend, is only 25. Most appeared to have limited experience at various technology companies. 2 of the 6 have links to Peter Thiel. Wonderful. Wonderful. We love it when the youth have connections to the new leader of the tiny mustache man from 1945 Germany, youth. Wonderful. Wonderful. The conservative tech titan who's donated millions to Trump's political campaigns, none have any previous experience working in government. And that's not necessarily a downer, but like, can they have some experience like at a job? After Wired first published their names, almost all deleted their LinkedIn profiles and Twitter accounts. Musk responded by accusing journalists and social users of trying to dox or publish private information about his aides. First of all, they are public-facing people now. They're part of a supposed alleged government department. They don't get to not be known to the public, who you're supposed to answer to. Nobody put out their address, their fucking social, but you could do that to all of us, Elon. Or publish private information about his aides, claiming wrongly that it was a crime to do so. It is not a crime to publish someone's public Twitter or LinkedIn. That's not a crime. None immediately responded to a request for comment, nor did the White House. A cached LinkedIn account believed to belong to Korstein, an heir to his father Charles's popcorn company, states that he earned his high school diploma from Rye County Day School, New York, and lists recent experience as a camp counselor at Camp Playland and work as a mechanic in a bike shop. Last summer, he spent 3 months at Neuralink, Musk's brain computer interface company. He appeared to use the online usernames Big Balls and Edward Big Baller. So glad that Big Balls is there to straighten out the bougie with his, so much experience. I don't want to hear one more time, and I mean it, guys. Let's get in close here. I do not want to hear one more motherfucking time about how Andrea Ocasio-Cortez was a bartender. And this 19-year-old little shit who is a Nepo baby from hell is now telling federal government employees, tenured federal government employees, to justify their existence to him as if he's a little tiny prince. Just run amok with power. Yeah, I want to know which popcorn this kid's related to, too, because it's off my list. Somebody find out. We can Google it. Corsine. What's his name again? Edward Coristine. Let's find out who makes what popcorn. What popcorn? Let's find out, guys. Heir to the popcorn fortune. What popcorn fortune? Why aren't they saying? He was enrolled in college, though, guys. I just want to say, a freshman, an engineering major at a renowned university. We're not even going to name the university. He's a college dropout. But what popcorn? What popcorn? Oh, he's at Northeastern. Okay, this one says Northeastern. Which popcorn? Are you telling me it's lesser evil? Lesser evil popcorn. That's the name of the popcorn company that he's the heir to. Thank you, guys. Lesser evil popcorn. I have to look this up to see if I've ever bought it or whatever. I didn't know there was such a thing as a popcorn heir. But apparently they make the little Buddha one. Oh, rude. Rude. This is their website. This is their website. They are utilizing Asian imagery to suck you in, to make you think that you're eating healthy food. Fuck these guys. Lesser evil. That should tell you everything. Our story. Let's hear your bullshit story. You guys know those emails already. I don't want 15% off your bullshit. This is the guy. Guys, we're movers and snackers. So they started, our snacks were better. Alternative big name snacks out there and slogan, snack like a kid again. And then they made the chia pop and those weird cheddar bites that are disgusting. And then they started putting fucking Buddha and Ganesh on things. What the fuck? Here's their CEO. Here's his daddy, Charles. What distinguishes lesser evil is our belief in the power of intentionality. Every decision we make, every product we develop is imbued with purpose, aimed at benefiting not just our customers, but our planet and community. Our ethos is grounded in the principles of a clear mission, relentless innovation, unparalleled customer focus, robust internal culture, and a commitment to social responsibility. Well, I guess what, lesser evil? Let's figure out how we can, where the fuck is it? Customer care, I guess. Details. Creators. See more. See more. Where's your fucking contact us? And there's no, oh, here's the search. Here we go. Here's their number, guys. Oh, no, that's UPS and FedEx. Wow. Yeah, customer care. How do I... Like... How do I get in touch with you? Uh-huh. Please contact us with your information, including name, order number, phone number, mailing address. Where am I contacting you at? Please contact us. Where? How do I submit a request? Other. Okay. Jesus H. Christ on a fucking cracker. Yeah. Yeah, it appears that way. We've been eating that H-Youth popcorn this whole time. So here it is, guys. I'm going to give you the link so that you can fucking not go through all the rigmarole I just did. But if you want, you don't get in touch with them. That's the whole plan, yeah. There you go. If you guys want to get in touch with, the popcorn heir's daddy, I suggest you do. Okay, then we have Marco Elez. He's 25. He's the old guy. Okay. Who previously worked for Musk's companies SpaceX and the social media platform X, was reported to have been given the authority to write code on the Treasury's financial system, which controls payments that amount to more than a fifth of the American economy. You could do anything with these privileges, one federal IT worker cautioned. What is this fucking code that he put into the U.S. Treasury? Anyone? No one knows. Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, confirmed on Thursday, this is last week, okay? Or maybe yesterday. It was yesterday. Sorry. That Ellis had resigned from his role after the Wall Street Journal uncovered a now deleted social media account that advocated repealing Civil Rights Act and backed a eugenic immigration policy. He turned out to be a super white supremacist racist. H-Youth. I'm shocked. Color me shocked. But not before he wrote that code into the Treasury Department. What in the fuck? Just for the record, I was racist before it was cool. The account wrote on Twitter last summer. According to an archive post in another, he said, would not mind if all Gaza and Israel were both wiped off the face of the earth. Marco, you're a real peach. He's a real peach. We have Ethan Choutran. He looks like a cutie patootie. He's 22, senior at Harvard, working on the technology for autonomous vehicles in the university's Edge Computing Lab. And it's thought he was there that he caught the eye of Musk, who is obsessed with developing self-driving vehicles at Tesla. But that's it. So this kid is a wonder kid about self-driving vehicles. What the fuck does that have to do with making the government more efficient? I don't know. Those are two totally different technologies. Look at this kid. If this kid isn't the poster child for H-Youth in today's world, I don't know what is. Luke Ferrider, 23, a former intern, of course, at SpaceX, and is a Thiel Fellow. Of course he is. Look at that face. Yes. After dropping out of the University of Nebraska, well, there's a shocker. He was part of an award-winning team in high school that deciphered portions of an ancient Greek scroll. Wonderful, because we're going to need ancient Greek, apparently. We're going back to Hellenic. Let's all, make sure that we brush up on our Hellenic so that we can communicate, because that's apparently where we're going. Akash Baba, Baba, 21, is studying for a degree in management, entrepreneurship, and technology at the University of Berkeley. According to a copy of his now deleted LinkedIn, he was an investment engineering intern as of last spring and previously volunteered as an intern, of course, at Meta. Look at him. Yeah. Your mom bought you that suit. Don't forget that. Look at this winner. Gavin Klinger. Can't even put the tie all the way up and button the top button. All right. 25, who worked at an AI company, Databricks, was named by the New York Times on Monday as the individual who sent staff-wide email. He did a reply all, y'all, to USAID workers, ordering them to work from home as Musk moved to shut down the department. Klinger appears to already be trying to monetize his Doge experience, asking people to pay $12 a month to subscribe to his Substack account, offering behind-the-scenes insights. Why I gave up a 7-figure salary to save America, reads a post headlining dated February 2nd. 4 of the 6 are said to have government emails and an A-suite level clearance at the General Services Administration. The team is said to work from the top floor of the Federal Personnel Office, a few minutes walk from the White House, where Musk has set up temporary beds so staff can work late into the night, a practice he encourages at his own private company. It's called no breaks. It's called slave hours, and you don't get paid overtime. Very few in the bureaucracy actually work the weekend. So it's like the opposing team just leaves the field for 2 days, which means that every time Congress people aren't in session, aren't there to try to walk into the buildings, that's when they're going to do the shenanigans. Democrats have described Doge as a billionaire-led coup. Accurate. And criticized its lack of transparency. Also accurate. Before our very eyes, an unelected shadow government is conducting a hostile takeover of the federal government. Accurate. Chuck Schumer, the minority leader of the U.S. Senate, said he added that Doge gaining access to sensitive information was like letting a tiger into the petting zoo and hoping for the best. Trump allies, meanwhile, have rushed to the defense of Musk and his team. America's experienced expert class have led this country to ruin, said Charlie Kirk, co-founder of the right-wing organization Turning Point USA. Young geniuses with a startup mentality could save it. Oh, my motherfucking God, guys. Just when you thought things could not get worse, it got worse. It got worse. It got worse. Yeah, Meta owns WhatsApp. Yeah. Let's go to your comments and questions here, guys. I am honestly at a lack of words right now. Guys, I keep trying to tell people like close to my life, like they tell me, oh, you shouldn't be worried about this. You shouldn't be worried about that. This isn't a big deal. And I'm like, what alternative timeline are you living in where you can't see all of these things happening that are happening and are you just ignoring it? Or what's happening? Because this is what's happening. It's real. A man in a brown shirt with no identification prevented over 100 Congress people from entering a government building that they have a legal right to access. Simply by saying, well, you don't have any business here. You're not on the books. I don't know who you are. I'm not going to, you're threatening me. These teeny tiny old ladies, I feel very threatened. With a posse of trigger happy Homeland Security people ready to take out Congress members. That's the chapter we're in right now, guys. That's the chapter we're in. Yeah, hats off to Maxine Waters, man. You think the police are being paid by Elon? We don't have any evidence of that, but, you know. These Republicans are really going to turn the U.S. into, as Tara Devlin, Tara Buster on YouTube would say, the United States of serfs and lords. Mm-hmm. Yep. He does kind of look like a proud boy, doesn't he? Yeah. I bet that the security clearances are being stripped of everyone in Congress except for MAGA ass kissers. Yeah, probably. but they haven't been told that yet. So they think they still have the security clearances. You just wait. Who is the we he keeps referring to? Elon Trump? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I hope the maggot that came in my Facebook that fought with me on her other channel because I dare say something about her dear leader is happy. You blocked her. Good. Block, block, delete, my friend. This is eerie as fuck. It's also very Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, it really is, guys. It really is. I would have been in cuffs by now. You have a wee bit of a temper. Yeah, I would have just like literally been like, oh, excuse me. Sir, excuse me. I need to open the door. You're in my way. I said, excuse me. And then I would just start opening the door. You can't just stand there. And then if the HHS wanted to come at me and be like, he's in the way of the door. I'm just trying to come inside. He's not the boss of me. This is America. It says all access. Boom. Maxine and the other Congress people are being very savvy here. They are filming this to show the truth to the American people. They know what they're doing. Yeah, because Fox News only took like that last little bit where she's like, show your face, look up, show them who you are. Right? Like right before she identified him, trying to say that Maxine Waters, who's like 2 feet shorter than this fucking guy, was wild and bullying him. Give me a break. That's why I wanted you guys to see the whole clip. Oh, did you email me it? I would love. I'll check my email. Did you email me? That's not what I want, Nora. I don't have an email from you, Aubrey. Email me. Email me. You got that. Read Ashley's comment. Okay. Ashley. I don't see Ashley's. Okay, now I'm going to search for Ashley. I don't see it. I just looked for Ashley and it's not here. Did she delete it? Because it's not here. Anyway, Barry, I would have read it, but I mean, I can go to Threads and see what's up. And once again, yeah. USAID is being ripped apart to 290 employees from 10,000. Many people are going to die. They need critical food, malaria drugs, antibiotics, HIV, AIDS, and so on. Yeah. Trump does not care about anyone in the entire world except for how he can make money. He looked at the Gaza Strip destruction and didn't see a humanitarian crisis on steroids. He saw a future Riviera. Okay? Just understand the man's mind. He has no humanity. Yeah. This is bad. I mean, Trump is going to go after every sanctuary city one by one to wage a little internal war on them to try and, drive the immigrants out. And if you guys haven't noticed, the protests are still going in all the cities every day. So, Trump is what happens when you think growing up Lex Luthor is the main character of the story. Yeah. Amid immigration raids, now teachers also have to grapple with their students' difficult questions and fears about deportation. Children don't see immigration status. Children see friends. Yeah. No, this is... Listen, guys, most of my kids, well, all my kids are white. Most of my kids' friends are not white. That's just a fact. You know? How do you explain it to them? I'm already on it. I'm already telling them that their friends need to be careful. That if their parents are here under some sort of visa, their birthright status may be gone. Like this is the times that we live in right now, guys. It is insanity. I wanted to show you guys something else that I had looked up earlier today because I wanted to try something out. And so I'm going to show you a conversation I had with AI earlier today. Okay. No, you're absolutely right, Bridge. There are no words for where we're going. What? Okay, I'm gonna cover that in a minute. Because they got switched to Pasadena. Are you talking about did they go back to court? Because he just got switched to a new court and wasn't supposed to start until 5. Anyway, I'll jump on that in a minute. That's another channel, guys. But I want to show you this chat that I had with the most controversial AI that's in existence. That's right. It's DeepSeek. Okay. This is the conversation that I had. Why do you think American officials are so worried about China gaining more insight into the American psyche via apps like you and TikTok? Ultimately, how long does America have left as a democracy? This is the direct question that I posed to DeepSeek. Okay. DeepSeek, let me know. The concerns of American officials about China gaining insight into the American psyche through apps like TikTok and AI systems like me stem from a combination of national security risks, data privacy issues, and geopolitical tensions. Let's break this down and then address the broader question about the future of American democracy. The concerns, okay, why are American officials concerned? Data collection and surveillance. Apps like TikTok collect vast amounts of user data, including browsing habits, location data, and even biometric information. There are fears that this data could be accessed by the Chinese government, either directly or through pressure on Chinese companies due to China's national security laws. The data could be used to build detailed profiles of American citizens, which could be exploited for espionage, influence operations, or even blackmail. Influence and propaganda. There are concerns that China could use this platforms like TikTok, to shape public opinion in the U.S. Cambridge Analytica, anyone? By promoting content that aligns with interests or undermines American values. For example, algorithms could be manipulated to amplify divisive content, suppress certain narratives, and spread misinformation. Economic and technological competition. The U.S. and China are engaged in a fierce competition for technological dominance. Allowing Chinese-owned apps to dominate the American market could give China an edge in areas like AI, data analytics, and consumer behavior modeling. This could have long-term implications for the U.S. economic and military superiority. Precedent and sovereignty. Okay? Allowing foreign adversaries to control popular platforms sets a dangerous precedent. It raises questions about who controls the flow of information and whether foreign governments can exploit these platforms to undermine U.S. sovereignty. How long does America have left as a democracy? The future of American democracy is a complex and nuanced topic. While there are legitimate concerns about its stability, predicting its demise is speculative. Here are some key factors to consider. Okay, threats to American democracy. Polarization and division. The U.S. is deeply polarized with growing distrust between the political parties, media, and even citizens. The division makes it harder to govern effectively and increases the risk of political instability. Erosion of democratic norms. Attacks on institutions like the judiciary, the press, and the electoral process undermine public trust in democracy. The rise of authoritarian tendencies within certain political movements is also a concern. Foreign interference. As mentioned earlier, foreign powers like China and Russia have attempted to influence the U.S. elections and public opinion. Cambridge Analytica, Facebook, and Twitter. These efforts could weaken democratic processes over time. Economic inequality. Growing inequality can lead to social unrest and erode faith in the democratic system, especially if people feel the system is rigged against them. Technological disruption. The rise of AI, deep fakes, and social media manipulation poses new challenges to democracy. These technologies can be used to spread misinformation, manipulate elections, and undermine trust in institutions. Reasons for hope. Here we go. The AI wants us to have hope, guys. Thank you, DeepSeek. Resilience of institutions. Despite challenges, U.S. democratic institutions have shown resilience. For example, the judiciary has often acted as a check on executive overreach. Where is the Supreme fucking Court now? And the press continues to hold power to account when they can, when they have access. They don't have access now, DeepSeek. Civic engagement. High levels of civic engagement, including protests, activism, and voter turnout, demonstrate that many Americans are committed to preserving democracy. Okay, there we go. Okay, checks and balances. I don't think we have those anymore. The U.S. system of checks and balances is designed to prevent any one branch of government from becoming too powerful. The system has historically helped the country navigate crises, except for all of them are controlled by one singular entity. Elon Musk and his puppet, Donald Trump. Global alliances. The U.S. remains a leader in global democratic alliances, which can help counter authoritarian influences from countries like China and Russia. So who are we besties with right now? Netanyahu and the Prime Minister of fucking Japan. How long does America have? It's impossible to predict an exact timeline, but the future of American democracy will depend on how the country addresses the challenges it faces. If polarization deepens, institutions erode, and foreign interference goes unchecked, the risks to democracy will grow. However, if Americans can rebuild trust, strengthen institutions, and adapt to technological and geopolitical challenges, democracy could endure for generations. Conclusion. The concerns about China gaining insight into the American psyche are part of a broader struggle for control over information and influence in the digital age. As for American democracy, its future is not predetermined. It will depend on the choices made by leaders, institutions, and citizens in the coming years. The challenges are significant, but so are the opportunities to strengthen and renew democratic values. Let me know if you'd like to explore any of these topics further. So then I had a follow-up question. Based on your analysis of Project 2025, every proclamation, executive order, and declaration that President Donald Trump has signed in the first 18 days of his second presidency, how many more days will it take for America as a democracy to be taken over by fascism and a totalitarian government? The scenario you're describing, Project 2025, combined with a hypothetical second Trump presidency, like Mr. DeepSeek, Miss DeepSeek, he is the president. Why does DeepSeek not know that Trump's president? Did they think that Trump was not going to win in this AI model? And a rapid erosion of democracy is highly speculative and politically charged topic. While I can't predict the future, I can provide an analysis based on historical predicaments, political science, and the potential implications of such actions. Let's break them down. What's Project 2025? It's an initiative by the Heritage Foundation and other conservative groups to prepare for a potential Republican presidency in 2025. It includes a detailed policy agenda and plan to staff the federal government with loyalists who align with conservative principles. That's a great breakdown of Project 2025. Critics argue that the project could enable an authoritarian shift by centralizing power and undermining checks and balances. Key concerns about a second Trump presidency. Executive orders and proclamations. If President Trump were to sign a series of executive orders and proclamations in the first 18 days of a second term, which he did, DeepSeek, he did. The impact would depend on their content. For example, orders targeting immigration, yes. Free speech, yes. Or the press could erode civil liberties, check, check, check. Efforts to dismantle regulatory agencies, check. Or purge civil servants, check. Could centralize power in the executive branch. However, executive orders are subject to judicial review and congressional oversight, which could slow or block their implementation. We've only seen that happen in 2 of them, undermining democratic norms. A second Trump presidency could further erode democratic norms such as respect for the rule of law, the independence of the judiciary, check, and the peaceful transfer of power. That one went fine. Actions like politicizing the Department of Justice, check. Attacking the media, check. Refusing to accept the election results could accelerate this erosion. Oh, he's pumped about the election results. Weakening checks and balances. If a president were to systematically weaken Congress, the courts, and the state governments, it could pave the way for authoritarianism. For example, packing the courts with loyalists, check. Ignoring defying judicial rulings, check. Using emergency powers to bypass Congress, check. How long would it take for democracy to collapse? The timeline for a democratic collapse is impossible to predict with certainty, but history offers some insights. Historical precedents. The rise of fascism in 1930s Germany and Italy took several years, but the erosion of democratic norms began earlier. In more recent examples like Hungary under Viktor Orban, the process of democratic backsliding has taken a decade or more. Factors that could accelerate the process. Public support. If a significant portion of the population supports authoritarian measures, the process could move faster. Institutional weakness. If key institutions like the judiciary, Congress, or the media fail to resist, democracy could collapse more quickly. Crisis events, a national emergency, economic collapse, war, or pandemic could be exploited to justify power grabs. Factors that could slow the process: resistance from institutions, strong opposition from Congress, the courts, or state governments could delay or prevent authoritarianism. Public backlash, mass protests, strikes, and civil disobedience could force a retreat from authoritarian measures. International pressure, allies and global institutions could impose sanctions or other consequences. Hypothetical timeline. Here we go. You ready? This is what DeepSeek says. If we assume worst case scenario where a president actively seeks to dismantle democracy, here's a rough and speculative timeline. Days 1 through 30, rapid issuance of executive orders targeting civil liberties, immigration, and the press. Efforts to purge non-loyalists from the bureaucracy. Months 1 through 6, escalation of attacks on the judiciary, Congress, and state governments. Use of emergency powers to bypass checks and balances. Months 6 through 12, this is the second half of the first year. Consolidation of power, including efforts to control elections, suppress dissent, and weaken opposition parties. Years 1 to 2, full transition to authoritarianism, with the dismantling of democratic institutions and the establishment of a one-party state. However, this timeline assumes minimal resistance from institutions and the public, which is unlikely in the U.S. given its history of civic engagement and institutional resilience. Conclusion. While the scenario you describe is concerning, the collapse of American democracy is not inevitable. The U.S. has strong institutions, a history of civic engagement, and a culture of resistance to authoritarianism. However, the risks are real, and the future will depend on how citizens, leaders, and institutions respond to these challenges. If you'd like, blah, blah, blah. So I asked a follow-up. Do you think there is a correlation? Oh, no, this is just... I asked about the plane crashes, right? Because people want to leave. So other times people wanted to leave. Is there a correlation? Yes. But is there, is somebody trying to make all the planes not work so we can't leave? Not really. But guys, that's what AI had to tell me about this. I feel like these are the points that I've already made. But if AI can see that possible future with minimal resistance from our institutions, from our Congress, from the judiciary, and from the citizenry, that's where we're headed. That's where we're going. AI can map it out based on all the other things that have happened in history. It is like The Purge. Absolutely. It's like The Handmaid's Tale, The Purge, Mad Max, and fucking Hunger Games, and Blade Runner, and I'm trying to think of all the dystopian films, and Terminator had a fucking baby, and that's where we're at right now. Now we can rise up. We can rise up and fucking resist, guys, but we have to all do it. I'm scared too. I'm fucking scared. My blood pressure's out the roof. I think about this 24/7. But doing nothing is not an option right now. Doing nothing is not an option right now. If you want rights in this, yeah, another plane did vanish on a routine 50-minute flight between a town I cannot pronounce. I apologize to the people of Alaska, and Nome. It went into a holding pattern and is gone. No one knows where it is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go watch this video. That's, yeah. I'm gonna text him in a minute. Anyway, guys, listen. Abdazzle, you are. We all are. We have it inside of us. It is the impulse to survive, to fucking rise up. Maze Runner also, yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my God. Okay, guys. That's enough for today. Okay, because like I've reached the point of enough for today. I know there'll be more. I know this isn't the end. I know we're not done sorting through all this fucking shit. It's going to be more every single day. We need to prepare. We need to be ready. We need to be like ready and willing to fight back, to keep our rights, to not allow men like that guy who just stood there in a fucking brown polo shirt and refused hundreds of members of Congress. This government is for us. It's not for the oligarchs and this fake tyranny that's happening right now. It's all fun and games and it's all a joke until nobody has any rights. So it's time to fucking put on our big girl panties and start doing something about it. All right? I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Oh No America. I'm your host, Nora Ames. Hopefully this day has been informative, fun, and given you a little sparkle of America. Thank you to my mods, as always, for keeping things cool, chill. And if you guys want some of that sweet, sweet merch, hit us up at ohnomerica.com. Current events and headlines that blow your mind. Only on Oh No America you'll find.